I am Michael, the president. This is my vice president / treasurer.
I'm Isaac.
And this is the first unofficial get together of the Denison film production.
Yes.
Thank you for those that made it, and shade on those that didn't.
No.
That's a joke. First of all, the reason we started this club is because myself and Isaac thought there was a lack of just options and availability for production and opportunity to show off your talent as a film producer on campus. So here we are trying to bring something that we thought was missing and could definitely help the campus as a whole. So yeah, we're gonna start off small, of course. Our idea is to sort of make these short 1 to 2 minute films to start off. And then, of course, as we get bigger and expand as a club, hopefully we will get into those much larger productions, like 15-minute long films or even episodic series are all ideas that we have floating around. But of course, that's for the distant future, as of right now. So we have. Is that for that one? Just talking about the club.
Yep, that's pretty much it. In general, another thing that I was thinking is we also created this club so then non-majors, anyone can make their vision come to life, not just cinema majors. Because someone new comes to campus next year, for example, they're going to ask, I want to make films, but I don't know if I want to be a cinema major. Then we can say, oh, you don't want to be a cinema major or minor? Well, we do have a Denison Film Production Club where you can make your own films. So that's another big pro of this club.
So this is also this is made for students, just to have fun, honestly, with filming.
Yes, we're not trying to make the next masterpiece, the next thing that's going to wow everybody. We understand that we are all students, we are all learners, and this is a outlet for people to show their content and show their creativity.
And to make mistakes.
And
in a truly safe environment, because if you don't want to take those production classes to risk the stress of trying to get your grades up and stuff like that, this is made for you to just explore without risk. This is truly just for students to experience filming. So
that's the club. In a few words.
Next thing we'll talk about is we have an activity actually already lined up for next semester to sort of give you a taste of what it's going to be like and to get the club really started when next semester rolls around. We hit the ground running, so to speak. And it's a logline activity. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with a logline, but basically it's a very long one sentence, where you basically describe your main character, one or two of his characteristics of the main character, the environment to some extent, very brief, and what their what do you call it? Struggle.
Like the inciting incident.
Yeah.
The conflict that happens.
The conflict.
And their goal.
Yeah.
Character's goal.
And before you do or start thinking of log lines, because I know you already are, try and keep in mind that these are meant to be 1 to 3, maybe even 4-minute long short films, if you are that ambitious.
Yeah.
But of course, also keep in mind that we are on campus in a kind of middle of nowhere, Granville, Ohio. So try and keep your vision on around campus, and keep in mind that limitation.
Yeah, and that we are just starting off.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if any of us have a car or a driver's license. Do you?
I do.
Okay, awesome. So we will definitely maybe show up for some off-campus shooting then. Sweet.
Gotcha.
After that, meeting times. This is very sort of like very, very informal, just to meet people sort of thing. But next semester I definitely want to try and get a proper meeting time that suits everyone. Mm-hmm. So if possible, I would like all of you to email me at chinlee_m1@denison.edu with your class schedules, club activities, anything that you think will take up your time. and I'll try and put everything together to make up a meeting schedule that works for everyone. If you can.
Would we like that at the beginning of next semester if possible?
Oh yeah, beginning of next semester, over the break, whenever you have free time, but definitely try and get it before we get too far into next year.
Semester.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And that's CHIN.
LE_M1 at Denison.edu.
Yep.
After that, the group me. Yes. One or two things to keep in mind about the group me. It'll be available to anyone who is thinking of joining the club.
Yep.
And who just wants to see our activities as we go before like really committing to joining the club. Because once you are committed to the club, we do have high expectations when it comes to your participation, enthusiasm, and overall just we want to see you really involved and really like get hands-on experience with production as a whole. So the group meet will just be for anyone who's interested to really see what we do and how we do it. It's also, we're going to try and keep it to a very formal format or style, because we don't want to blow up your phone with unnecessary notifications.
So no memes, right?
No memes. No memes. But yes, try and that group me chat will only be for if you need help with getting actors, finding an editor or camera person, or just anyone that you need help with your production on your film. That's what that group me is for, and try nothing else, hopefully.
And another thing is when we get our actors, not only can the actors cooperate with us, but they can cooperate with other cinema majors who may be outside the club. So this is another way to give actors something to do. So yeah.
After that, roles for production. Everyone knows that production is not exactly a one-man show. There's a director, there's an editor, there's a scriptwriter, there's a whole bunch of different types of people involved in a film. So the only thing that will be determined by the group is through voting for now is the director. So whoever's logline, this is where that event earlier comes into play. Whoever's logline is voted the most, like most interesting, or we want to really see that come to the big screen. That'll be the person who wrote that logline will be the director of that film. So that's how we want to produce it, because we want to definitely make sure that everyone gets their creative ideas across, and want everyone to sort of have a chance at being the director. That'll be handled later on by a name and a hat system. So for example, when we have 20 plus people that are actively involved, we will have everyone who wants to be a director, we will have their names put into a hat.
Mm-hmm.
We will take their names out of the hat, and then once they have produced their films, their name will be out of the hat until the whole system is cycled through. So that makes sure everyone who wants to be a director and wants to get their idea put onto the big screen will have a chance to do so.
Yes.
Which comes into the next point, which is how many films we want to produce at what speed.
Yeah. So we were thinking about this, and we're thinking, like we said, we all understand that we're all students, we're all busy, academics first, right? As a result of that, we right now currently want to do a film bi-monthly. Now, like we said, these films are going to start off pretty short, 1 to 4 minutes. And we feel that bi-monthly would be enough to get one in. And then by the involvement fair in February, we would have work to show off. And I think that would be great.
Which is the immediate goal right now, is really to show results from this club at the involvement fair, to really spark interest and get some traction there.
Yeah, this is subject to change. But right now, currently in the Constitution, that's what we have.
And of course, if we get even larger than that, we will definitely break off into different production branches, and we'll even have maybe 2 films going at the same time, if once we reach that.
Once it gets to like 100 people.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, that's the main goal for now with the club.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. I was thinking to talk about the trailer. So I have an idea for a trailer for this club. I know currently it's word of mouth that is spreading this club. So I was thinking, what if we created a trailer? Multiple trailers, in fact. So my idea involves a riff on the 1984 Ghostbusters trailer from the TV trailer. So what if we use that, and then we also like manipulate the dialogue a little bit, and then it would only involve 3 actors. There's an archway in the first shot, which could be in front of an academic building on campus, a quad, most likely. And that's kind of my idea. So I was just thinking maybe we could take a vote on that at some point when we come back on that idea.
You could also
But,
come up with a,
yeah.
a logline idea for the trailer.
Yep.
That can work as well.
Yep.
And again, it'll be the same systems for now, with us voting as a people in the group chat with the like button on the side to see which idea we like the most.
Yeah, we could put the ideas in the chat.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. So if you have any ideas about trailers or anything like that,
Definitely put it.
we're totally open to it. Just put it in the group chat, and then we'll like it, and we'll see.
Yeah. I did forget to actually get the main point across for the roles. The director is the main role. Everything else we will fill in if no one takes that spot. Myself or one of the other experienced cinema majors will take those roles that other people are either too scared to do right now. We will definitely take care of that to make sure that you don't have to worry about not having the skills. And if you want to learn, we are very available to teach you how to use those programs and the skill set if you need.
Yeah, and that's not it.
Yeah, pretty much. Executive roles that we will try and put into place. Right now, it's just president, vice president, and treasurer.
Yeah.
But we're hoping as we get along, as we go along and expand, we will introduce the PR chair, which will be basically the person who's is responsible for the Instagram page that we will make in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Not right now. And the communications chair. Like we said earlier, I'm not sure if we actually said that earlier, but we want to try and communicate with a lot of the other departments on campus. For example, the English department. There's a lot of creative writers that have a bunch of really cool ideas that we'd love to just collaborate with and see what they can offer the club.
Yep, and the theater department.
And the theater
Awesome.
department, of course. And honestly, any other department that's interested.
Yeah.
For example, like the trailers that Isaac was talking about earlier, we could produce trailers for other clubs in a more, I guess, professional.
Yeah, in a more professional manner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, when we create these things, it's really like a spider web. It's just going to shoot out, and it's going to connect these things, and then eventually, they're going to know about us.
Pretty much.
Which is what we want.
Yep.
So yeah.
It's all a give and take system. Everyone benefits really. So.
Yeah. Yeah. There's really not much bad stuff here.
Right. So with that, that's all we wanted to really talk about in depth. Is there any questions?
Yeah, any
that
questions?
you guys may have? Yes. Clarifications?
So I think hit it, like no experience required.
Yeah, no experience required whatsoever. Again, myself and anyone who has experience with the cinema department or just cinema in general is more than happy to teach or explain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anything else?
All right.
All right. Well, thank you all
All right,
very,
yeah,
very
thank
much
you.
for coming out. I really appreciate it.